maybe the Yone as well. So if you can kind of have like Queenie just kind of try and shepherd them around and obviously pop the ultimate when they see the darkness come through, it could be a bit of a decent counter there to try and catch him out before he actually gets and does a lot of the damage with the darkness as well. So we could see it work.
See already that both the dual lanes are kind of rotating towards this top side because they know that both these teams, both these players and junglers are going to be contesting towards that Scuttle Crab. But already the jump on into 3-man knockup from the Ornn, and this looks like a great team fight to start things off for Vapo. Mumu's is going to get 2 kills and the Scuttle Crab to start things off. And that's how much crowd control and team fight the Ornn offers. Also being able to give your teammates the ability to buy items outside of the bases. Oh no, here comes the darkness. The Nocturne ultimate comes on through and he dives straight onto the back line. The flash from the Ornn is not enough. Double kill in the end for Fine Dog. They get the comeback that they needed, but Queenie, the sad mummy, the tears coming on through.
Well, we do have both the neutral objectives up right now. Back in yesterday, Channel Ensemble was the one to go for, but we are going to knock up here. It was only one knock onto the back line here. Invali was going to be the target, but it's going to be the Ornn getting taken down. Traded for the Galio. Faker Apo looking low. He gets taken down as well. That's a 2-2 trade overall, but both of the junglers are still standing, which is the key ones you want as these neutral objectives are up.
Yeah, neutral objectives are up. Great shield there from the Nocturne to stop the bandage toss there from the Amumu. No ultimates across the board though. The big thing is Nocturne's ultimate is coming back soon, as well as the Rumble ultimate. They're the 2 big ultimates you have to look at. Queenie actually engaging in mid lane, back onto the Ezreal again. Needs to be careful as the counter engage comes on through with the Galio knock up, and there's the Nocturne jumping on through, but it's a little bit difficult to try and kill the Amumu. He does kill him in the end. Yone jumps in back onto the back line, but he jumps straight in onto the equalizer. The taunt tries to come on through as well, but it's not enough. Take the first tower, but it's a lot of tower platings to try and get them a little bit more gold in their belt.
Yeah, a bit of gold in the belt as well. Up at the top side of the map, it is going to be Tung Tung Zohor that gets taken down as well. So T1 is gone down into the mid lane. I feel like this is where the pressure is really going to start to amount here for the side of Vapo, is the fact that they've lost 2 T1s into their mid and top side of the map. They're going to make sure that they need to be away from this one, but it is going to be Queenie potentially getting caught out here. He does have to use the flash, committed as well. The Ornn comes through to try and save Queenie, but it's not going to be enough. We do see Nakaru into the back line, but the damage from the Rise. He goes down. It's going to be a double kill going over to Faker Apo for now, so triple kill. Can we see some more for Mr. Faker Apo as they're pushing this bot lane?
Oh my god, he might even get the Penta here. He gets a Quadra. Does he get the Penta? I don't think he did.
I think it was stolen. Was very low. Try to get out of there as well. I mean, we're going in for some more here. Nakaru is into the mid lane, takes down Rise once more. So Lilo, that damage is not going to come through here from the side of Vapo, but I feel like Lilo's actually doing the thing that you were worried about yesterday, is the fact that they didn't have the Rod of Ages. He's built it, but it's not going to be enough here. The damage coming through from the side of Fine Dog is just too much for him to try and sustain. We do get a kill onto the back line there. Ezreal does go down, but they're going to trade it for another 2 members of Vapo as they try and push. I mean, the fact is that obviously we saw in the early game, Queenie had the lead, so he had the privilege to actually be away from basically farming. But at this point, we are going to get in the kill onto the Yone. He's been taken down off screen as well. Tung Tung Zohor goes down, so Aatrox is also down. So the CC.
Look at Queenie. Oh, he flashes away from the Galio, but buddy, you're on the wrong side of the map. They're going to try and go for the steal here. Actually, Queenie, the taunt for the Galio and the knock-up as well. Queenie tried to get close enough to the Baron Pit to try and use his first ability or use his flash over the wall, but unfortunately wasn't able to get close enough to the pit. Really well played there by the Galio to use both the taunt and the knock-up to stop the Amumu from getting into the pit, to stop that 50-50 chance of the Baron being stolen. And in the end, that does mean that Fine Dog do take that Baron and do put themselves on cruise control in this 3rd place match.
Yeah, no, it's not looking like the best kind of match that Vapo would probably be hoping for in this best of 5, especially obviously with the Fearless draft, because they are going to lose quite a few of these picks going forward as well. Neither of these teams can pick them, so the fact that they lose the Ezreal, which obviously is one of Tung Tung Zohor's probably one of the best performances he's had in this series and in the battles as well, it's going to be hard for them to actually try and formulate what they can do in game number 2. I suppose that the thing that Vapo really need to do is if they do get the early game lead, they can't fumble it like they did in this one.
Fine Dog right now trying to push the towers. Tier 2 tower goes down. They're using this Baron buff very well. You can see that the Fiora's top side, the Rumble is bot lane, and they got 3 members in the mid lane. If anyone tries to step up, Nocturne is there with the darkness to try and protect it. Inhibitor in the mid lane, nearly gone down. It's probably going to go down after a few more auto attacks here, as meanwhile Fiora's also taking the top tower at the same time. A rampage for the Nocturne now in the mid. We're actually missing that fight in the mid lane. The Ornn uses the Ornn Horn to try and escape, but it looks like all 3 inhibitor towers might go down here. The Fiora is too strong to deal with in the side lane. Someone needs to try and push down this bot tower. It looks like the minions are going to push it in anyway. Top lane inhibitor down, mid lane inhibitor down, and now the bot lane inhibitor down. And this is a point of the game where you need an absolute miracle to come back, but they don't want to wait, Fine Dog. They want to engage. Yone completely whiffed the ultimate, and Ezreal is just on the sideline hitting mystic shot after mystic shot time and time again. Queenie is trying to do enough damage. They're actually getting a few kills. Ezreal dies to Nexus, but the Nocturne is there to auto attack it instead, and game number 1 goes in the way of Fine Dog after a shaky, very, very shaky early game where that Mumu got the early double kill. They were still able to use that combo very effectively with the Nocturne and the Galio to get that big advantage they needed in this game.
Yeah, honestly, the way that Vapo obviously played that early game, we were thinking, wow, okay, even activates, but you're not gonna launch Swain into your back line, are you really? So
there's not really a lot of champions to launch, to be honest. I mean, I think this Swain pick as well is such a clever pick for Vapo. You know, you have Renekton, Wukong, Sin, you know, trying to shut down this Akali to try and make sure that she doesn't scale, but it's going to be actually on the opposite side this time. And Renekton, buddy, where are you going? You're going on the opposite side of the map. I mean, they're not going to be able to do anything to they're just going to give the kill over to Severe. That's a really, really good pick as well. Varus even might get caught out here as well. It has to flash away and dash away as well. Actually misses the piercing arrow onto the Swain. Swain lives as well. 4 members down in the bot lane. But it's only
getting further out of their grasp, but for now, it definitely seems to be just kind of like constant rotations. The flip coming here from the Singe as well into the back line is going to be the Jax forcing the flash out. Nakaruru goes in with the Soul Clone once more. Oh, takedown for the side of Findak again. Can they get Queenie? Oh, double kill as well.
Yeah, double kill for Nakarumu there. Really, really nice play there onto the
Stays alive again.
And then meanwhile, they're trying to gank onto this Akali again, but can she survive again? She uses a shroud. She uses, look how difficult she is to kill. She's just moving around her shroud, trying to survive. She actually dashes back in. She nearly gets the kill. Swain has to flash forward. The drain is coming off through the barrier bait on either side. She kills the Severe. She survives 1 versus 3. She actually survives. She jumps back and kills the Swain. Can Queenie finish off the kill? I don't know if Queenie can. And Fake Rapo has been performing flawlessly on this Akali. Jumping back in. Queenie flashes. The Singed is here as well. Ghost comes on through. Here comes the poison. The flip guarantees the kill. And this Akali, he just survived a 1 versus 3 tower dive underneath his tower, using the shroud, using the invisibility, using the mobility as well that he has. They're going to go for another gank here onto the bot side. They do trade 1 for 1, but I don't think they're going to be able to kill the Akali. Akali gets another kill. 2, 0, and 3 at the moment on this Akali. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, the Jax is not really doing too well in this 1 versus 1. Jax only having 1 item at the moment. Wait in the woods here. Wait in the mist. The Riven actually dives onto the Akali, I think, in the end there. The Rakan gets the charm. There's a triple root from the Swain, and he's going to do a lot of AoE damage, but the Akali execution with the ultimate is enough to take down the Rakan. Unfortunately, the Rakan doesn't have any magic resist at the moment, so this Akali is going to absolutely shred. Meanwhile, Jax actually might be still nearly survived in a 1 versus 3 there, but the flipper rule again from the Singed. Having a bit of an easier time this game with the Singe, but Varus walking up a bit too far in the mid lane. Big mistake here from the Varus walking up way too far and doesn't get the kill though, unfortunately. Now they might look towards the Baron. This is very, very risky because this Akali is still alive. The Singed is low on HP, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Akali, what are we doing? We're diving all the way into the backline. She actually dodges every single ability and she gets the kill, but she's going to get flashed on in the end. But I think she will take that trade any day of the week. The Wukong's trying to dive in onto the backline. Rakan One survives on 1 HP. So does Queenie as well. There's so many members on the side of Vapo here surviving on 1 HP. But the one man who is still alive is that Crocodile and Monkey. The animals in the front line trying to do enough work here for... Maybe they turn towards this Baron, but I feel like they're using this Baron as bait at the moment. Riven did pop her ultimate, I think. And so did Sin. So Sin's going to try and run on through here and try and flip someone. Actually flips the Severe and takes the Severe down. Really nice pick there. The cleanse a little bit too early for the Severe, but Swain on the backline doing so much burst damage. And Vapo are just cleaning up this fight. Really good pick to start things off there for the Singe, but no one is able to shut down this Swain at the moment. And now Wukong is going to go down as well. That's the jungler dead. Vapo cleaning up 3 members on the side. And you can see that 4 versus 5 makes it so difficult for Fine Dog to win that fight. Renekton being caught so early on meant they were at a disadvantage before the fight even started.
Before the fight even started, and right now, I mean, we saw there, obviously, Susanoo kind of like pandering around the top, like the bottom, the exit of the blue buff there for the side of Fire Dog game. That obviously, they were just making sure that we're putting in the right steps to make that the gold lead wasn't too far, that they could actually just have a team fight and come back, and that's exactly what they've done here. I mean, 3k gold is still not the biggest lead, but at this point in the game, it's definitely going to pay off dues in their respect, but right now, we're looking at a bit of a push into the base here. Top side of the map is being pushed by Queenie alone as we get in that top, the bot side being pushed by 4 of the side of Vapo. They are looking to clean this game out for themselves. Getting the point on the board is what they need, but it's going to be a takedown here. Fake Apo is getting Queenie down, so they're already playing at a 4v5 advantage here. They now neutralize it. Nakamura is going down as well. Can they get the Renekton? 1-4 is looking pretty low, and they're trying their best to try to fight it off. Fine Dog right now trying for the saving grace, but it's just not going to be enough. The damage coming through. Faker Apo going down thanks to the Elder Dragon. The quad kill
is that Penta?
Coming through. Penta! The Penta for Tung Tung Sahur coming in game 2 for Vapo.
Penta for the Severe right at the end of the fight. The Elder Dragon, the burn damage that was coming on through. Severe was basically not even really in that fight. She was kind of auto-attacking the minions, using the boomerang, using the bounce off of the minions, and it was bouncing all the way.
Trying to get into the team fight, into the back line there, and obviously use it to get out if he does get dived on top of, especially with the likes of the Diana or even under Mordekaiser's ultimate as well, because that's what we're going to be really looking for here as well. For me personally, is where's Mordekaiser really in the wing, just waiting for a overcommitment for here for the side of Vapo, but going straight in is going to be the Poppy here to try and bait out the side of Vapo. Okay, with Nakamura's into the back line, takes down Susanoo as well, but he may get caught out here. Queenie and Lilo is into there as well.
Oh!
Ew, the takedown.
Queenie being able to flash over the wall. And also champions again like Olaf and even Amumu in game number 1 as it looks like another pick is going to be made. The Nunu making a big difference again in the solo lanes. And now it's going to be Nakamura getting the extra kill, maybe jumping in for another one as well. Poppy's going to try and tank some of the damage. Oh my god, nearly dies to the tower. But yeah, as I mentioned, this is all down to Queenie. You know, Queenie's pathing with red side. You mentioned, you know, Nunu making a big difference. Looks like Nunu again is going up into the top side. You can see the Hextech ultimatum as well. They're trying to do enough damage, but it doesn't look like they are going to do enough damage in the end. The barrier as well, and oh no, here comes the Poppy, the chain CC to come on through, and that's the kill onto the Nunu. Bit of an overextend there. That duel in a 1 versus 1, I don't know. Yes, Mordekaiser wins that duel in the 1 versus 1 in the bottom side of the map. And meanwhile, the Nunu gets caught out, but the Jace turns back around. And that means that's going to be the advantage that they want to try and go for as the flash comes on through here onto the Jace. They're going to try and give this kill over to the Vladimir, and he does get it as well. Another big kill for the Vladimir. Now he has 7,000 gold. Not as much as the Diana on the other side.
They've shut it down once, so it is a doable thing for the side of Vapo, but can they do it some more? We are going to see, let's look at that damage. Just wild. I mean, coming in from the Desire as well, only having the Bloodthirster for now, so not quite peak damage for Desire just yet, but definitely having the execution.
And it's going to mean that you need to be very careful of these bushes now, because Diana could be sitting in any one of them trying to jump on in, trying to do enough damage. Poppy trying to knock the Olaf away, but it's actually not even going to be enough. Olaf uses the ultimate to stop the knockback. from the Poppy, and now the Mordekaiser is completely isolated into 5 enemies, and that's 2 kills now over to Vapo. They're going to try and join this team fight and try and clean it all up. The new ultimate is going to work well as a zoning tool. The Zyra's trying to do enough work onto the backline. Kills 1, but that's all that she can kill for now, as the Vladimir flashes and protobolts forward, and that's another kill. That's an ace for Vapo. 5-0-4 on this Vladimir, and this is exactly why I've been calling out teams to pick this champion, because I feel like every single time she finds an isolated target on the side lane or even there through mid, she flashes in, she tries to use the ultimate, but now might be in a bit of a disadvantage here in the bottom lane. Needs to be a little bit careful because the rest of Fine Dog are here. Olaf is taken so low on health. He actually finishes off the kill onto the Poppy, and now the Zeri is here to join the fight as well. The chain damage onto the backline. The Zyra flashes over the wall with the feathers. The feathers are trying to do so much damage, and it actually does do a lot of damage in the end. But now the Vladimir joins the fray. It's going to do the burst damage. That's 1 kill for Vladimir. Can he get more? Looks like he's just going to back off for now. But really well played there by the Zyra, using her to see if they can try and shut down this Zyra as well. So it's all down to really this next team fight, which is going to come down really to this Baron Nashor. You can see Queenie at the moment using the sweeper to go through onto the Baron pit to try and clear through the wards. And now look, they're trying to use the wards. They're trying to use their vision to their advantage, and this could be the fight.
Yeah, this could be the fight. Obviously, Hextech ultimate already being committed, but it is looking like there's a lot of damage coming through for the side of Fine Dog for now. But into the back line, it's going to be no thanks other than Lilo's cleaning up. The cleanup crews come through. The triple kill for Lilo, but then the double kill for Tung Sahor. They have the minion wave into the middle of the map. They can finish off with this because they've got at least 30 seconds on the cards for Fine Dogs to come back, and that's enough time for both Lilo and Tung Sahor to get this inhibitor and even the crystal, the Nexus.
Yeah, they're going to end the game here. They still got another 20 seconds to come on through using a Sanguine Pool. Make sure they can tank enough damage for the Nexus to be taken down. The Vladimir and the Zeri, the 2 carries there. But I have to say, Lilo's flank there on the Vladimir was absolute perfection. The flank onto the backline dealt a huge amount of AoE damage with his ultimate and his 3rd ability, and completely won the fight there.
For Lucian getting all those items too early on, because he can obviously pack a punch with that damage as well. But yeah, overall, obviously these drafts are definitely looking more towards the kind of like the not so stronger side of things. They do have components like the Volley Bear, obviously the Z as well.
Gain some of the damage from that Lucian.
Yeah, for now, obviously no kills on the board just yet. Oh, there we go. Just as I said it, Susanoo gets taken down. First blood going over to Fine Dog. This is where we kind of see the key for Vi, and obviously using the flash to try and get out of that grapple hook was going to be enough here. That Fine Dog have to play this a little bit more kind of like close to their hearts.
In terms of the goal lead at the moment, nothing too crazy. Oh, there's fights on both fronts at the moment. It looks like Vapo looking for a tower dive in the top side. They do get the tower dive into the top side. Very nice play there from the Z. I believe Zoe got caught out definitely a lot easier than, you know, if it was the other way around. If Lucian was going up against the Scion, for example. You know, Lucian can't do anything in this early game. Another hook onto the Zoe, but I'm not too sure if that's exactly what he wants, because the stone plate enchant here actually comes in handy. But they're diving all the way through underneath the tower. Lilo survives actually on 1 HP. We're missing everything in the mid lane at the moment as the cameraman goes on an absolute wonder wild, and there's more kills here in the mid lane. Lucian trying to get enough burst damage. Another hook here onto the Jarvan this time around. One more auto attack. The Volley Bear comes on through as well with the Untarget ability on the Tara. Not going to be able to do enough to survive, and in the end, it is a win for Vapo.
The enchanted ensemble, so they are going to get the pressure into potentially that mid lane, or might even put it up to the top side of the map here.
Trying to lock down the Z here if they can do. Queenie, oh, he has the moves on the Z. He's not going to be able to survive though, because Kaiser's going to be here as well. But Lucian's actually going to try and trade a kill back here. Red buff might be enough burst damage. It is. Actually tried to smite the Rift Herald to try and get enough damage, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. But Lucian is getting so many kills in these fights. He's completely untouched. The tower goes down as well. Lucian can keep on diving on through here. Kill away the Kaiser. It's another kill for the side of Vapo. They get the first tower in the top lane. They get more kills onto this Lucian. This Lucian is currently going down again, unfortunately. But Zed is doing wonders with this volley bear in the side lane, making sure that you can get this assassin ahead.
Yeah, trying to get the assassin ahead. Yep, the Lucian, gotta be careful though. You don't want to get caught out here by the Scion. I mean, that is their big power force coming through. Nakamura almost had him dead to rights, but oh, the damage onto the Blitzcrank. Is it gonna be enough for the side of Vapo to melt down Flying Dog? It's not quite enough.
I don't know, not enough in the end. When it came to this mid game, really struggled to try and find ways for it to work. You see, trying to get a pick here into this top side, might be able to hook the volley bear, but the volley bear can just jump away. The Jarvan can jump away. The Zed can jump away. Even the Lucian can dash away as well. So this Blitzcrank pick in general is going to be really, really difficult to try and execute when it comes to this late game.
Yeah, exactly. But right now we are seeing a bit of a dive onto Scion here. He's going to chunk a lot of that damage, but the volley bear engage into the backline is going to be enough to get this takedown. But he does obviously have the second win from his passive. Is he going to be able to do any damage into the backline? He's able to force away a lot of the side of Vapo for now, but Tung Tung Sahur is into the thick of it, trying to get the kill onto the Kaiser. The Icanthian Rain. He's able to claim Zoe for now. Nakaruru looking pretty low. It's Queenie and Tung Tung Sahur against the world for now, and they do get the takedown onto Tung Tung Sahur.
Actually, a win for Fine Dog in the end, getting a bit of an advantage there. Queenie losing vision of the Lilia. You have to remember how quick this Lilia is. Big mistake there for Queenie actually dying there.
The top side, but still, overall, Vapo are ahead with the gold, with the kills, but for how long?
Looks like a dive was trying to come through for the top lane. Looks like the Zeke's convergence was used for the Vi. Lilia does have to flash away here to safety. They're trying to catch out the Vi. This could be a really, really big pick. That's one kill. The Jarvan, really good flag and drag into the flash as well. But that's a 4-man sleep on the Lilia. Kaiser is still alive, but Queenie comes on through to get the execution on that Kaiser. Lilia is still alive though, on quite a lot of HP. She can make a big difference in these fights. Sleepy Trouble Bubble onto the Lilia isn't enough for the damage. Oh my god, the pedal star comes on through from the Zoe, but it isn't enough. The
fact that she lived off that one Lilia bullet alone is crazy.
Yeah, some crazy damage here at the moment. Looks like Scion getting a little bit caught out here. Lucian actually just using the culling to do a little bit of damage. Actually focusing a lot onto the Scion into the top side of the map. Not too sure if that's a champion you want to focus down on. No Lucian culling, no volley bear ultimate as well. That's two big ultimates down here for Vapo. And it looks like Fine Dog wants to try and find the opportunity to try and dash in. But the 2-man knockoff from the Jarvan, the lockdown onto the Kaiser and the Vi in the end. Oh, Vi actually jumps straight back in. That's not where you want to be at that point during the game. And it looks like Vapo are going to try and close out the game. Potentially no. Looks like they're just going to go back towards the Baron at the moment. But the bait there from the Zoe, you can see she jumped in with her ultimate. And then Vi was like, okay, this is my time to lock down the Zoe. And then she was like, oh, crap, I'm in the middle of 5 enemies, and what am I supposed to do here?
You can kind of see why that was being banned like throughout the majority of the series, right? Like there definitely was some kind of like Undertale here, but speaking of that, there is an Undertale to this team fight right now, getting caught out into the thick of it.
Volley bear
it's going to be that Jarvan once more. Nakaruru into the backline as well, gets taken down. That is going to be Lucian being taken down from Faker Apo as well, but is it going to be enough to stop this train on course into this inhibitor into the mid lane? Faker Apo trying to go back in, trying to deter the volley bear from the inhibitor. They do get the takedown here. Vapo finally getting an inhibitor to their name, but it's going to be the Zed back into the backline, takes down Blitzcrank. Sleepy time from Lilo gets Faker Apo down. It is only Invali, and now it's only 1-4-1-4 alive. Scion against the world. Vapo still have 3 team members up and a lot of damage coming from Queenie, from Lilo, but they're going to go for the Nexus. They're not going to try and entertain this Scion for now. It's going to be the takedown, and Vapo are your 3rd places in the Rift Legends Showdown.
Coming all the way through the Rift Legends battle, all the way through into the showdown. Unfortunately, couldn't make it to the grand final, but securing 3rd place here for the CIS region and securing it against the Turkish as well. A very